topic today is understanding new culture as an immigrant. Understanding new culture as an immigrant. You see, when that topic comes to mind, one of the first things that comes to your head, or two things that comes to your head actually, is adaptation and understanding. Those two things. Understanding new culture as an immigrant. When you hear that topic, the first two things that should come to your head is adaptation and understanding. You see, those two are very key points or key points or keywords in this content. This video is going to be a two-part video. I don't like bulky things. I like sectionizing and segmenting my work. So this video is going to be a two-part video. However, little or minute this topic sound, it is actually very, very important. If you miss this, you're going to find it very, very hard to have a good life when immigrating. And so you see, culture on this hand, or on this way, is a way of life. You know, culture is a way of life. It's a way a group of people do things, way a group of people interact with your society and their environment and the things around them. And in the long run, if you do not understand the culture of a new set of people you just met, it will mess with you psychologically, mentally, financially, every aspect of your life. You know, its way of life in particular set of people, especially when new to that environment, can weigh heavily on their soul, on their shoulders, and on their mind. You know, the psychological welfare in which if you make one mistake, just one brutal mistake, that's all it takes. And you exed, like your ex throughout in that new community. So you need to understand, and you need to understand fast. You need to grab it fast. You need to be good fast. One little mistake and everything you've worked for, from leaving your country to migrating to this new place for whatever reason, all goes down the drain, because from there you kind of find it hard to settle in. You find it hard to cooperate, to go through things like water. Instead, you just go through things like rock, and you just keep smashing into problems and problems and problems. It's like you never left your old country. Your new life comes back to being an old life. You start living a living hell on earth. That's it's not good. That's bad. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about how we're going to, steps to implement on how you're going to get through adapting to a new environment and its culture. And generally one of the best set of people when it comes to adaptation and understanding new culture are the blacks. The blacks have perfected this skill over the years, probably because our forefathers were sold into slavery, so we're used to being moved from one place to the other. Blacks were sold so much that we were sold from Europe to the Americas, like continents. Like we were so much sold, like that we have a black person on every continent in this world that didn't even migrate. Like he's a citizen of that place. Like his family, forefathers has been there. So we used to adapting to new culture. We used to understanding new culture and new things, because we are adaptation. We are literally the embodiment of adaptation, especially Africans. That is just how we are. We roll easy, we cool easy. Now, it has a not adapting to a new culture has its very negative psychological effect on you. For instance, let's take a student. A student, for instance, who gets to a new community and doesn't pick on the rules of the community quickly. You won't, on the long run, you start having problems with your neighbors. That will affect you educationally. It will affect your ability to focus mentally and psychologically, thus affecting your education. Your grades will drop, everything will drop, your social welfare will drop, your ability to communicate to people around you will also drop, because you're dealing with a lot of things at home. For instance, let's take someone that just came to Nigeria and doesn't know that he shouldn't be working, or he shouldn't be up and down in some particular street at some particular time at night. Whatever happens to you is your fault. You can't exactly hold ignorance accountable. You see, that is why it's important to adapt. That is why it's important to understand that this is where I am, this is what these people do, this is how they do it, this is how they operate, this is what they operate. That's what it means. That's what understanding culture as an immigrant means. You fail to do that and everything goes downhill from there. And I'm going to be talking about how you can do this in our next video, the steps you should take